So that is Caught in a Jar from Dropkick Murphys. If you go and listen to a punk song that came out about a year before this from the Misfits, they put out a song called Dig Up Her Bones. If you listen to the vocals in the chorus of this song and you go back and listen to Dig Up Her Bones from Misfits, it's almost identical.
Hmm.
The style of the way that the vocals are done in the chorus, which I thought was pretty interesting.
This is definitely a guilty pleasure of mine, more specifically Flogging Molly. I've seen him twice in concert, and both times was amazing, so it's definitely a guilty pleasure of mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of Riffs Reloaded here, where we talk about all things hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock, all things in between. And today we've got a special one lined up. In light of the holiday coming up, St. Patrick's Day, we thought, what the hell? Let's do a St. Patrick's Day special with a battle of debut albums between two of the most popular and legendary Celtic punk bands, at least in the United States, goes. We're going to be talking about Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys today, their debut albums respectively. Who had the better one? We'll do a track by track breakdown of each album as we normally do on these debut albums. But folks, welcome to the show. I am your host, Nick. On the other side there is your co-host and my brother, Willie. Willie, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? I am pretty damn excited to cover this one. I don't know what your thoughts are, but for me, I'm excited.
Should be an interesting show, man. I gotta say right off the rip that punk is not my excuse me, punk is not my style of rock and roll, I guess you could say. I do like some of it. I don't like all of it. So it is going to be interesting to get into a deep dive on both of these albums to see who had the better debut. And of course, as we've always said here, it's always fun to go back to the debuts because you see how, a band grows from where they started to where they are at now if they're still, currently going. So it's always fun to go back and listen to these debut albums, man. But St. Patrick's Day special, dude. Two Celtic punk bands from the U.S., man. This is different for us.
It is different, man. This is definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. More specifically, Flogging Molly. I do love me some Flogging Molly, as you can tell. I have the shirt. I've seen him twice in concert, and both times was fucking amazing. So it's definitely a guilty pleasure of mine.
You never seen Dropkick?
Never seen Dropkick. Nope.
Would you go see Dropkick?
I would just to go. Yeah, check it out.
Okay, interesting. To have the celebration here for St. Patrick's Day, I am not wearing any fucking green. Willie is. I'm wearing black and white as I normally do on the show, which I guess I should have got the memo that I should have wore something fucking green, but that's my bad. But you are drinking something kind of greenish. You are drinking a fucking Guinness in light of the special holiday. I do have a fucking Coors Light because I'm fucking stupid, I guess. But nonetheless, we are here to celebrate all things Celtic punk in the United States and St. Patrick's Day. Before we jump into the bands here, just a couple of news and notes here. Please do us a favor, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, X, we're everywhere. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let your friends and family know where you're getting all this information from here. And if you enjoy the show, please like the video and share it as well. And also on today's episode, we're going to start doing a little bit of something different here. We've heard some comments from you guys in the past, but in fear of our videos getting striked and DMCA and all that good shit, we have not played any audio snippets of any of the bands that we've covered here on this podcast. That's going to change on this episode. We're going to give it a test run. We're going to see how it goes. So before we talk about each track on each album, we're going to do a little 30-second snippet, the beginning of the song, so you kind of get a little bit of an idea of our commentary of the track-by-track breakdown. So that'll be something a little bit different on the show, and I'm looking forward to that too, Willie.
Yeah, man, it's definitely gonna bring more of a variety to this show, this channel, and this episode. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well, and if it does go well, we will keep doing it because I think it's something special for you all. If you guys have never heard the bands or heard these songs and you click on it and you're like, well, where's the song? We're going to try our best to give it to you. So here it is.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to that, man. I am locked, stepped, and ready to go on my end, dude. You ready?
Let's do it. Yep.
All right, we are going to kick it off with the legendary band Dropkick fucking Murphys. We're going to talk about their debut album, Do or Die. Now, they did have some stuff that came out before this. They were kind of like not compilation albums, but like split albums, I guess, with other bands, as you can call it. But this is their official debut album. It was released January 27th, 1998 through Hellcat Records, and it's actually produced by Lars Fredriksson of the band Rancid. A little fun little factoid there, because Rancid is up there with other bands as being some of the forerunners, forebearers, forefathers of American punk. So pretty interesting to note that their debut album was produced by Lars Fredriksson of Rancid. And it's also the only album to feature the original vocalist Mike McColgan, who went on to become a fireman, which he wanted to do for his entire life after this album. And then he went on to form his own band, the Street Dogs, later on in life too. So a couple of little interesting factoids there on the album to get us started. But kicking it off with the first track, I guess you can call it a first track. Well, I don't know if we want to play it. It's the Cadence to Arms. It's pretty much, the Irish theme song, I guess you could say. This made me miss Roddy Piper like a son of a bitch when I heard it, because this was his interest theme in wrestling. But it's up to you, man. Do we want to play this or to move on to track 2?
We can move on. This is just a rework from the Scotland. The Brave is what the song is called. But yeah, we can just move on.
Cool. We are moving over to track number 2, the official kickoff to the album. Coming in at a long-ass 1 minute and 50 seconds, Willie. We have Do or Die here, and here's 30 seconds of the track.
Let's do it.
So that was a little snippet of track number 2 of Do or Die off the Dropkick Murphys album. Willie, what'd you think?
So here's my hot take, and now that you mentioned the vocalist earlier, the vocals are garbage. It was really hard for me to get through this album just because of the vocals. With that being said, the music I think is really cool. The music part of it is punkish, as it should be. It's a Celtic punk band. That's what we were expecting. I like the gallop style that it has. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I think the song is good, but the vocals are bad. But yeah.
Yep, I agree. From my notes, I just pretty much have like it's what you would expect from a punk band. It had some good music to it. I will agree with that. The vocals are definitely a miss for me throughout this album. Before long, about halfway through this album, I started to get a bit of a headache from the vocalist. There are some other songs on this record where you can hear the backing vocals, and like there's a different vocal in one of these tracks coming up here that was really good, and I wish he was the fucking main guy, not this main guy, because this guy is just not good. But again, we're gonna get shit on because it's typical punk. He's got that punk, sound to him. He's got the punk cadence to him. It's what you would expect from a punk song as far as vocals go, but it's just not good. And I think we're both in agreement with that it's just not good. Anything else you want to add to that track?
No, I mean it's the title track of the album, which I think was a good minute and 50 besides the vocals. But yeah, that's about it.
So we played 30 seconds of that song. That's about like almost halfway through that song. Can you believe that?
It is about halfway through that song.
Moving over to track 3, which we're going to play you a snippet of. We got coming in at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. We've got Get Up. Willie, hit that button. So that is a snippet of track 3 entitled Get Up. Willie, I noticed that you kind of laughed there a little bit. What's your take on this track, brother?
I mean, I hope he's a better fireman than a vocalist, bro. I really do. But this continues the vibe of the first song. The the music part of it is really fun. It's catchy. It's what you expect. Again, it feels like an alternative punk feel, and it's a good song. Besides the vocals, it's time and time again. It's going to be the vocals in every song. So I'm going to try to get past the vocals and just talk about the music more. But yeah, I think the musicianship of it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got a good pace to the song. I mean, this whole album through and through, for the most part, is your traditional standard punk. There's not really any, swaying of, balance of that. It's pretty straightforward. It is what it is when it comes to punk. Again, the vocals are, like you said, we're gonna try to get past it, but it's just like da 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 da. It's just not. I don't know. Can't get into it. Uh,
Yeah,
but like the
I
music
agree.
is good. I'll give it that. But yeah, dude, it's kind of hard to get past those fucking vocals. But nevertheless, let's move over to track number 4, coming in at 2 minutes and 54 seconds. We've got "Never Alone." That is "Never Alone" from Dropkick Murphys. Willie, what'd you think?
So the vocals did not irritate me as much in this song. I think it fit better of what the song was doing in this song.
I agree.
Um, yeah, like in my notes, I put it's more tolerable. It has a fun flow to it. The guitar is pretty cool too. This song was not as annoying as the other two songs.
Yep, I agree. It's got a good guitar to it. It's got fun lyrics to it as well. If you actually listen to the lyrics, the vocals are not as annoying as it has been so far. I do agree with you that it kind of like follows the pace of the song. The vocals do, so that's nice. Um, but yeah, let's jump over to track number 5. 2 minutes and 19 seconds. We've got "Caught in a Jar."
Now there comes a time in every man's life where decisions have to be made. Whether to toil, to labor, or just plain piss your days away, away, away. Got a funny feeling that my times are caught in the jar. Madness and insanity have arrived.
So that is "Caught in a Jar" from Dropkick Murphys. Willie, what'd you think?
The music is fucking phenomenal. It's I think they're playing really well in this song. It's a very punkish song. So this song is it's a very standard chord progressive song. Which I think is nice because it gives you a good example of how a punk song should be structured, which I think they nailed that part. And but I think overall it wasn't a bad 2 minutes.
It was okay. Now I will bring this point up, and I will test the audience to see if they agree with me on this one. If you go and listen to a punk song that came out about a year before this from an unknown punk band called the Misfits, who everybody knows the fucking Misfits, they put out a song called "Dig Up Her Bones." If you listen to the vocals and the chorus of this song, and you go back and listen to "Dig Up Her Bones" from Misfits, it's almost identical. The style of the way that the vocals are done in the chorus, which I thought was pretty interesting. See, I do know a little bit of punk because I do listen to some of it. But other than that, man, the song was okay. It wasn't my favorite, on here so far. But I mean, it was what it was. The little throw there, talking about, if you want to piss your life away and all this and that, it makes sense, because this is more of a street album. I would take it from the Dropkick Murphys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we're gonna get into Flogging Molly obviously in a second, but Flogging Molly was like a little bit more fantastical lyrics, fantasy shit, like if they were over there. This is more like based in reality, more based in like the streets of Boston, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like they're talking about like some real shit. So I like that aspect of that from them on this album and subsequent albums later on down the road as well. But it was an okay song, dude. There's something a little missing to it, but I did like how some of the songs sounded like "Dig Up Her Bones" from fucking Misfits. So roast me in the comments.
Hilarious. Yeah, man. It's a 2-minute song. I mean, all these songs are 2 minutes, right? So there's nothing crazy in the songs. There's no solos. There's nothing. It's a 2-minute punk song every song. So you're not going to get a whole lot.
Yep. Almost, because the last song is actually the longest song on the fucking record, which I was actually surprised about. But yeah, so that's Caught in a Jar from the Dropkick Murphys. So we shall move over to track number 6. Here's a snippet of Memories Remain. That is a snippet of Memories Remain off the debut album of Dropkick Murphys. Willie, what'd you think?
So that first verse that we just heard, if his vocals sounded like that throughout the entire album, I would have been fine.
Are we sure that's the same vocalist?
I don't know. It probably not. It could probably not be. I don't know, but it sounded better than what we've been hearing. So,
because there are 2 other people on this album that do vocals, whether it's backing vocals or just straight vocals, and that's Ken Casey and Rick Barton, and I'm guessing that it's one of them 2 because that does not sound like Mike McColgan that we've heard so far.
Okay, well that makes a lot more sense. But whoever that is should have been the main vocalist on this album. But this song is whatever. It's hard to remember this song. This song kind of for me gets lost. It's not a memorable song. As memories remain, it does not remain in my memory.
You know, I'm so glad that you say that, Willie, because other than the vocals are different, which I had on my notes, I actually put nothing memorable.
Yeah, man. It was a hard song. It was a really hard song.
Nothing memorable for Memories Remain, which is unfortunate. So with that being said, let's jump over to something that we hopefully are memorable, and that's going to be track number 7, The Road of the Righteous. Here's a 30-second snippet. So that is Road of the Righteous from Dropkick Murphys. What'd you think, Willie?
I like the attitude in this song a lot. I think this is the first song we actually get more of an attitude from the band, which I appreciate. I think the drumming was pretty cool in this song too. It had a good kick-snare combo, which we haven't heard yet. And overall, I thought it was a pretty cool song.
I like the backing vocals on this track when they get into the chorus of The Road of the Righteous. I think that was my favorite part. I made it a point here to put it in my notes that the voice is starting to give me a headache now on this record. This was the point where I was just like, fucking Christ, you know what I mean? You can only take so much. If this was a 7-track album, it would have been great because my fucking headache would have just started and hopefully would have went away. But nope, unfortunately, we have a few more songs to go, so the headache kind of grew from there. But I do like the pace of the song. The vocals are not great except for the chorus with the backing vocals. But I don't know, it's an alright song, I guess, Willie.
Yeah, not bad.
Moving over to track number 8, we have Far Away Coast. Willie, hit it.
Trenches, the face to the base, for fear of an atmosphere poison disease, with a gas mask to keep me from breathing my death. It's American soil, I hope for at best, for the duty I serve.
Oh boy, that's Far Away Coast from Dropkick. Finally, we got something that sounds Celtic. Willie, what you think?
Dude, I wrote that in my fucking notes, bro. We've been waiting this long for some folk instruments. We had nothing at all except for that first song, and we finally have a fucking flute. At least it's a flute. At least it's something, man. But yeah, man, this is a Celtic punk band, and we had to wait till song 8 for anything different, and we finally got it. But just because the flute was in it, dude, I dig it. It's definitely a folkish song, which I liked that part of it. But yeah, just because of it sounding more Celtic, I dig it.
Yep, got it in my notes too. Finally, we get something that sounds Celtic, and I like the other vocals in this song as well.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest selling point for me on this song. Was the other vocalist that we heard, in the song finally, something that brought us to a little bit of a Celtic in this Celtic punk band.
Yep.
So with that being said, let's move over to track number 9, coming in at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We have Firestarter Karaoke. Is that true? Is that right? Yeah, I guess. Firestarter Karaoke. I read it as fucking firefighter. Here we go. Firestarter Karaoke. Oi, oi. So that is a Firestarter Karaoke, not Firefighter Karaoke. I don't know where the fuck I got that from when I was doing my notes earlier. But Firestarter Karaoke, Willie, what'd you think?
I actually really, really, really like this song, bro. This is the first song on the album so far where I was like, damn, I might have to play that again. I don't know what it is. I think it's the way that it kind of flows and the way that it just like starts right away, of course, because it's a 2 fucking minute song. But I don't know, something about the song is different to me, and it feels good. It feels right, and I think this is the first like good song on the album.
I am going to go the completely opposite route of what you just said. I'm just having to say that this song is decent.
Okay.
It's like the music is good so far. Like the rest of the album has been like the music's been decent. But the fucking vocals, man, it's like you just can't get away from it, dude. It's like, are we trying to be serious? You know what I mean? It's like, no. You know, it's I don't know if he's like deaf. I have bad hearing in one of my ears. That's why I don't do vocals anymore. But like, goddamn, dude, can you not hear your fucking self? You know what I mean? Like, I understand you're in a punk band and all, and you got the attitude for it, but fuck.
Yeah. Dude.
So anyway, that is my take on Firestarter Karaoke, not to be confused with Firefighter Karaoke. Moving over to track number 10, we've got Barroom Hero coming in at 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Hit it, Willie.
Face down in the gutter, won't admit defeat, though his clothes are soiled and black. He's a big, strong man with a child's mind. Don't you take his booze away.
You just can't take this shit seriously, though, man. Like, fucking hell. What'd you think, man? Barroom Hero.
I mean, once the song kicks in, it's faster. It's a fun riff. It definitely feels like a statement song. But I'm so glad that they chose someone else to be their vocalist moving on. But yeah, it's okay song.
Yeah, I agree, dude. This song really doesn't do anything for me. I get the premise of it. I get where they're coming from. Again, the music is good. The vocals fell flat. It's just really hard to take this shit seriously. But it's okay for what it is. It's nothing special for me, I guess.
Yeah.
With that said, we're moving on to track number 11 in our journey of the Dropkick Murphys debut album, Do or Die. We've got Third Man In coming in at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. No! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what? What the hell? Uh,
Oh, man.
Willie, what do we got?
So that intro is fucking sick, though. That the intro is like, it's fast for a punk song, man. It feels like an old school punk song where it's like a little bit faster, not like a '90s punk. And that intro is fucking sick. Which just because of the intro, I dig the song. It's a 2 minute in, 2 minute out, which I enjoy. So it wasn't a bad song.
Yeah, I will say that I put in my notes too that I do like the aggressiveness of this album of this song. I do like the way that they came out, other than the go. But I did like the music a lot. The music was really fucking good. It made me feel like grabbing your fucking Guinness from you and just smashing you over the head with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man.
that's what I was expecting to hear from this album. Was that? So yeah, that was refreshing to hear. Nice little. Different sounding track there. So we got track number 12 coming in at 2 minutes and 13 seconds. We've got Tenant Enemy number 1. Hit it, Willie.
It's always been about big money for them. They're greedy and they greed. Soaring profits, big gains, the cash accumulation gains is all these cowards see. And they always
That is Tenant Enemy number 1 from Dropkick Murphys. Man, what'd you think?
It's a catchy chorus in the song. Why does every song that ends with number one has the same like chorus? Da, 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 number one, Public Enemy number one. It's like
Right.
it's the same. I don't know why. I don't know.
Black,
If it
black,
Yeah.
black, black number 1. Yep,
it's
I agree.
very similar. I guess that's what you have to do when you have a number one in your title in your song. But it's an okay song.
Yep, it's too bad that this song wasn't number 1. This song was just another whatever for me. It's kind of weird too. They have so many good things going for them on this record, other than the vocals. Like the music is not bad, being that
Yeah.
it's punk, it's not bad. But then you get into shit like this where it. I don't know, dude. It just feels lazy to me in a way, and which you shouldn't, because your fucking songs are 2 minutes long, and you've got fucking 16 of them on this record. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't
Yeah.
have a song that sounds lazy. But it sounds like just a standard playthrough. You know what I mean? And get a little bit of the drum kick in here, and then we have some dude in the vocals fucking can't hear himself, and he's over there, just yelling in the corner.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. To each their own. Tenant Enemy number 1 was that song. So now let's move over to track number 13. Coming in at 2 minutes and 19 seconds, we've got Finnegan's Wake. Hit it, Willie.
Tim Finnegan lived in Watling Street, a gentle Irishman, mighty odd, in a beautiful broke, so rich and sweet. To rise in the world he carried a heart, see it sort of a tipping way, with a love for the liquor poor Tim was born. Help him on with his work every day, hit a drop of the catheter every morn.
That is Finnegan's Wake from Dropkick Murphys off the debut album Do or Die. What'd you think, man?
It's another song. It's another song, dude. I don't think having 16 tracks on this album did them any justice at all. Because after a while, it all starts to sound the same, and this one again started to sound like the last song. So, yeah.
Yeah. I actually have a little bit of a different take. It had fun riffs in this song. That's pretty much all this song had. It was the fun riffs. But again, man, it's punk. This is what you're gonna get from punk. This is their style. This is what they do. They very rarely stray away from this typical sound when it comes to punk. All punk bands do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's all right. There was some pretty fun riffs in the song, but I'll give them that at least.
Yeah.
Track number 14, 2 minutes and 34 seconds. We've got Noble. Hit it. That is Noble from Dropkick Murphys, man. What'd you think?
It's another generic song. I think this one has it's a little bit more fuller. It sounds like it was produced a little bit better than the other ones, but yeah, again, it's just that's nothing special to me either.
You know what I have written into my notes here that I don't know if you maybe picked up on, or if you go back and listen to the song, maybe you will. When he's in his vocals, and especially the beginning, there he's like, "Da, na, 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 na." If you go back and listen to it, it kind of sounds similar to the vocalist of Pennywise. Like there's a little bit of a similarity there in that tone. I'm not saying he sounds like the dude from Pennywise,
Yeah.
but the tone in which he's laying out, especially the first few lyrics in the track, it sounds similar to what Pennywise guy would do. And his name escapes me, sorry. But that's what I picked up on the most from this song was like the similarities being the voice, the way his voice is used there in that particular lines in the beginning of the song. It reminded me a lot of Pennywise. But other than that, I just got another generic song, to be
Yep.
honest with you. Kind of similar to what you just said.
Yep, I agree.
Track number 15. We are one track away from the rest of the album. We've got Boys on the Docks coming in at 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Hit it.
2, 3, 4. Say hey Johnny, boy, the battle call. United we stand, divided we fall. Together we are what we can't be alone. We came to this country, we made it all. This band's so humble.
Boys on the Docks from Dropkick Murphys, man. What'd you think?
So, I guess I forgot to take notes on the 16th track because I thought this was the closing track. So that's that. I guess you could tell I was over this album by now. But yeah, it's a fun, simple folk song. They really tried to be diverse at the last second of all their songs so far. And this one, it sounded different, which I give them kudos. At least it sounded different, but it was okay.
Yeah, in my notes I got it's a good acoustic guitar, but annoying fucking vocals ruin the song. That's straight up what I have for my notes here for this song.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. So
It's so bad. It's so bad.
yeah.
So that takes us over to the last track of this album, track number 16. We've got Skinhead on the MBTA, 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Willie, hit it.
Let me tell the story about a big old skinhead on a tragic and fateful day. He brought attention to his fucking kicked his right in his family with a rod of the MTA. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unknown.
That is Skinhead on the MBTA, man. What you think?
It was a good closing track. It kind of takes it back to the first track with the same style, with the same sound. I think it was a better closing track than what I thought was a closing track. So yeah, I'll give him that.
Yep, I agree with you, man. It's a fun closer. Had a good pace to it. The lyrics themselves too are, I think, very misunderstood when you go back and read and listen to the lyrics as well. I actually dug this song a lot, dude. I thought it was a really good closer to the album. To be honest with you, I thought that track 2, which is the official song of this album, and this song were really good. Not really good, but they were good openers and closers to this album overall. Can't say anything much more about this song other than that it was a fun closer and had a good pace to it. Yeah, man. Overall, dude, I think we pretty much hammered it to death that the vocals were just not the greatest. But overall, what'd you think of the album?
The album was definitely a debut album, man. It definitely gave debut album vibes. They really had to work out the kinks. Probably just the vocals, because the music was on par. The music was they played the parts. It was punk. Is what you wanted from a punk band. I wish there was a little bit more Celtic, flutes and violins and just different shit. If you're gonna call yourself a Celtic punk band, I want the Celtic part of it too, not just a punk band. So, but overall, it was all right.
Yep, I agree, man. It definitely, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, it's always fun to go back and listen to these debut albums and see where a band progresses from. Because definitely Dropkick Murphys progressed from this point in time of their careers. Overall, it wasn't a bad album. If the vocals were different, I think it would have been a great album, to be honest with you. For as what it was, a punk album being what it is. Other than the vocals, I'm not going to talk any more about that. Overall, it was a really fun record. Typical punk, and I do agree with you that there was more punk elements than Celtic elements to the album. I will agree with you on that one. But overall, it was an okay outing for Dropkick. It's a good thing that this guy only lasted one album, because I don't know how much further they would have been with him. And it's not, he might be the greatest guy in the world. Great for him, but just not for this band, I don't think. Favorite track, Willie?
Oh man, favorite track is probably going to be probably the closing. If it wasn't the closing, I would pick that Firestarter Karaoke as my favorite one, but I think the closing takes it just by a little bit for me.
Interesting. For me, I had the closing as well. Was a really good song. I also had track number 4, "Never Alone," as a really good one as well. But I don't know, man. It's kind of tough, because then I liked track 11 too. Third Man In with the aggressiveness. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is a hard one for me, but I think I might just pick the closer, because it's like the last thing you remember on an album.
Right.
So I think I will pick the closer as well. Least favorite?
And this one's hard, bro, because a lot of them just kind of blended together. I might have to say maybe Ballroom or Barroom Hero, because it was just kind of annoying to me. But I also might have to say Caught in a Jar. So I think it's tied between those two for me.
Yeah, for me, I think it's either going to be track 9, Firestarter Karaoke, or it's going to be track 6, Memories Remain. I think I might just go with track 6, because that one just is not memorable to me. You know what I mean?
You know what? I forgot about that one. Yeah, there's 16 fucking songs. It's hard to remember all of them, but yeah, that one's bad too.
Facts. So that's our take on Dropkick Murphys' debut album, Do or Die. Now it's time to jump over and get into a little bit of Flogging Molly with their debut album. But before we do, I just want to let you all know out there that you can find us on YouTube, X, Instagram, all places in between. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, comment on the video, send it out far and wide to everybody that you know. We do appreciate the support. The algorithm is really tough to beat, especially on X and YouTube. We're just getting fucking hammered. So I do appreciate all of you that do tune in and hit that like button, the comment button, and the subscribe button. It's all free. So please do us a solid and hit that button for us, man. And share it far and wide if you would, please. And that takes us now over to Flogging Molly. The album came out March 7th, 2000. We were talking about Flogging Molly's debut album, Swagger. Willie, before we get into the track-by-track breakdown, man, what was your first impressions of this album as opposed to the final that we'll get into at the end of it?
I think this album was a solid debut for a Celtic punk band. Unlike Dropkick, I think this album it tells you what Flogging Molly is, and it doesn't stray away from what they're still doing, if that makes sense.
Yep, makes perfect sense, man. It was a big deal when this album came out. I do remember it. All of a sudden, Flogging Molly was fucking everywhere. And I had to go and listen to it myself. I have not heard this album in its entirety, goddamn, before this episode and for fucking ever, dude.
Damn.
So a lot of this stuff was like a little bit of a new hear for me, because it's been for so long since I heard this album. But that takes us into track number 1. We're going to kick it off with 2 minutes and 21 seconds of Salty Dog. Willie, hit that button.
Yes, sir. I think I do want to say that you haven't heard this album in a while. This is a guilty pleasure of mine, and I think this every summer. I don't know why, but I always go back to Flogging Molly, and I hear like all their shit over and over and over. It's like a summer thing. I don't know why it's always summer. Probably because the weather's hot and cold, and the beer's cold. And when the beer's cold, I want to put on Flogging Molly. But yeah.
Makes
anyways,
sense.
this is Salty Dog.
silk twist. Settle down, don't take a fit. You drank a demon straight from hell. They almost nearly won as well. You wiped the floor with victory. And puked until you fell asleep.
That is the track off of the debut album of Flogging Molly. We've got Salty Dog, man. What'd you think?
Fucking classic, bro. Classic Flogging Molly. It's a Celtic punk band. We have a Celtic. We hear Celtic instruments. Finally, we have the violin. It's just shredding your face off, man. But a great opener. It's a great song. I love the violin. It's a great way to introduce the band, and yeah, definitely a fun song, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent opener. Okay, opener. One thing I will say though is this was a very repetitive song to me. It was like the same shit over and over and over. And I found myself saying that on quite a few of these songs on this album, is they didn't stray away too much from, the core sound of a song, and they just kind of like just did it over and over and over and over again without, doing something, a bit different, which I kind of felt a little bit of annoyed by the end of it. But that's neither here or there. It was a decent opener. I will say that, and it did let you know right off the bat who Flogging Molly were for sure.
Yeah, it did. I kind of like that it kind of like repeat things, because I think it showcases the instruments playing more so just like vocals and drums and shit. But that's my take anyways. But yeah.
Let me ask you this. One thing that I did get a lot of in this album was that you hear a lot more of the accordion and some of the other shit than you do the actual guitars themselves. Did that bother you as a guitarist?
No, because it's a folk Celtic band. It's made to shine brighter, because that's the type of style it is. Like folk metal, right? Like you have the violin that kind of overshines a lot of the things, because that's the style of the what they're going for, right? So it makes sense to me.
Okay, good to know. That takes us over to track number 2, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. We've got Selfish Man. Hit it. That is track number 2 off the debut album of Flogging Molly, entitled Selfish Man. What'd you think, man?
I adore the song a lot, man. I love this song to death. I love the minor chords in this song. It really showcases how good a major chord sounds after you play a fucking minor chord. It's so good. It's catchy. The violin is perfect. It's just another banger for me, man.
Yeah, it's got an upbeat pace to it. It is a decent song. I do like how you said too that the chords and the way it's played is really different, and I did enjoy that as well. Overall, not a bad song. The first 2 songs right off the rip, as you said earlier, they do let you know who Flogging Molly are for sure.
Yeah, they really do, and we have a vocalist now. That's great.
well, we'll get into that a little bit later on. Next, we got track number 3 off the debut album, Swagger, from Flogging Molly. We've got, at 3 minutes 38 seconds, The Worst Day Since Yesterday. Hit it.
Well, I know.
That is The Worst Day Since Yesterday from Flogging Molly's debut album, man. What'd you think?
The accordion, bro. We have the accordion, which I dug a lot. I love folk metal, and they have a lot of accordion and folk metal as well. So I love this song also. It's a slower song, or at least a slower intro. And then when the full band kicks in, it's a fun song to sing, too, for me.
Okay. It was an okay song. Here's the thing that really bothered me about this song, and I don't know if I'm like saying it wrong or thinking about it wrong, but there's a solo that comes in this song later on that's got like a rockabilly sound to it, a rockabilly vibe to it, and it just threw the whole fucking thing off from me. Like it did not, that sound that the solo made totally took away from the rest of the song. It did not feel like it fit in this song at all, and it took it away from me like completely. And it's not the first time that they bring this sound into this record too. But other than that weird sounding solo, it was an okay song. I don't know if I would have a track 3 though, because the first two songs are upbeat. You know, you're getting into that spirit. You know, you're having the beers with your boys. This is maybe like a track later on down, you know, the album when you've had a few drinks in you, and now it's like, you know, we're getting into crying with my buddies, and you know, remember those old times and all this type of shit. That might have been a good placement later on down the record. Track 3, I don't know if it did it any favors, but I could be totally off base and totally wrong. But that's what I got from The Worst Day Since Yesterday.
Interesting. It's funny because I've heard all these songs countless times now, so I can't go back to it and listen to it for the first time because I know it so well. So like it's hard to envision what you're like listening to, because it's not what I'm listening to anymore. So it's very interesting the way that you're taking these songs so far.
Yep, for sure. And there's plenty more to come too. That takes us over to track number 4 off of Swagger, the debut album of Flogging Molly. We've got Every Dog Has Its Day coming in at 4 minutes and 24 seconds.
Well, I've drunk to drown on every ocean I've been, Lake Tanganyika, where the crocodiles swim. Halifax, Nova Scotia, to Van Diemen's Land. Well, I tried.
That is Every Dog Has Its Day from Flogging Molly. What'd you think?
I love the melody of this song. I think the chorus is very catchy. The chorus is fun to sing as well. I think the drums and the bass are pretty tight on this song as well. I think more so than the other songs that we've heard so far. But yeah, I think it was a decent song.
Yeah, it was a good song. It had its moments. Again, they kind of start off with one way of the song and then they kick it in a completely different direction as the song progresses, which is nice. I like that. But overall, it's not a bad song. Like I said, it had its moments, but I don't know if it's one that I would go back to again and again. But that's just me being nitpicky and all.
Yeah.
Taking us over to track number 5 off of the debut album of Flogging Molly, we've got Life in a Tenement Square. Willie? That is Life in a Tenement Square from Flogging Molly. What'd you think?
So when the flute kicks in, man, the flute I think is lit as fuck. It's a good flute a riff. Love all the different instruments we've been given so far, and the arrangement of the song is pretty cool too. So last song I forgot to mention, it was a mandolin, and then this song is introduced with the tin whistle is what it actually is. So yeah, man, I dug it. I dug another one.
Yeah, I got that this was the best song so far on the record.
Ooh.
But there's that rockabilly fucking guitar sound again that comes in later on in the song that like God damn it, like what is the sound? If you take that away, it's the best song that we've heard so far on the record. Case in point, so far.
Wow.
But yeah, that rockabilly shit needs to fucking go, dude. It just does not fit.
I think this song should be covered by a folk metal band now.
I
think that would be a cool little cover, like kind of speed it up a little bit, and like I think it would be like a really cool sounding fucking folk metal song, bro.
I could see that. Maybe get some fucking fin troll action on this or some shit. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, man.
That takes us over to track number 6 off of the debut album Flogging Molly. We have 4 minutes and 34 seconds. The Ol Beggars Bush. Hit it. That is the Ol Beggars Bush off the debut album of Flogging Molly. Man, what'd you think?
It's just a feel good song, man. Catchy chorus. It's a slower song. Nothing crazy in this song. I think it was a good placement as track number 6, but I dug it again.
Yeah, I got decent song. It's a very mid-tempo song. At the very beginning, when the drums and shit kick in, it almost sounds as if it's like generic. You know what I mean? Like a generic sound, generic little thing
Yeah.
to it. But as the song progresses, it kind of like, you kind of got used to it and it kind of like made sense, I guess, and in a way of saying it. But it was a decent song at like midway point of the album. It was all right,
Yeah.
decent. Takes us over to track number 7 at 4 minutes and 33 seconds. We've got The Likes of You Again.
Here's to you. I sing for my daddy-o as I lay him down to sleep. It's been
That is The Likes of You Again from Flogging Molly. Man, what you think?
Well, the song doesn't really kick in till second 50, almost a minute in, and once it does kick in, it's a fun fucking song, bro. Um, this song makes me want to throw back a couple Guinnesses in a pub. It's a fun song to sing, and yeah, another one I enjoy.
Yeah, I have in my notes here that okay song. The whole Daddy-O line kind of throws me off though. It's like I don't want to hear a band say Daddy-O, to be honest with you. But just like with track 3, how I felt like this was like a little bit later on in the album, I think that this was a good placement for this song. It's a little bit of a slower song, had more of like a deeper lyrical content to it, talking about, the likes of his father and shit,
Yeah.
not being here anymore and this and that. But, the placement was fine on the record. Okay song. Definitely, as you said, when the shit kicks in a little bit later on the snippet that we heard, it gets better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is The Likes of You Again from Flogging Molly, which takes us over to track number 8, coming in at 6 minutes and 57 seconds. What the fuck are we doing here? We have Black Friday Rule from Flogging Molly. Hit it.
I want to believe in myself once again, so I dream of a man whose hopes never end.
That is the Black Friday Rule from Flogging Molly. Willie?
I can already guess what your opinion of the song is going to be, but for
Uh-oh.
me, I think this is a anthem song of theirs. It's definitely one of their most popular songs, and I do believe that they play this live. Which, when they play it live, there is a lot of crowd engagement with the song, which makes it fun. But this song it just showcases the band. It's a jam song, and it's not one I would listen to every single day because it is 7 minutes long, but once in a while I would pull this song out of my ass and listen to it. But yeah, cool song.
So I might just knock your socks off with this one. I said it's a long song. It had its moments. The violin later on in the song really kicked some fucking ass. and it's the best song on the record so far.
What?
Yeah,
Not
best song on the
expecting
record
that.
so far.
I thought you were gonna shit all over it.
No, just because it was fucking aggressive, and it gave us a little bit of something different than we've heard from Flogging Molly so far in this record.
Yeah.
And that fucking violin, man, she was fucking shredding that shit as she fucking, was in the song too. So I really enjoyed the fuck out of that. But yeah, it's definitely the best song on the album so far. Is it my favorite song? I don't know, but it's definitely the best one on the album so far.
When they play it live, it's pretty fucking sick live too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Pretty dope.
Track number 9, Grace of God, Go I, at 1 minute and 55 seconds. That's more of a filler, talking shit. Willie, any thoughts on it?
No, it's just him talking and singing. It's nothing really to it. It's kind of like because it's kind of halfway through the album already, but it's kind of a passing point to the final tracks here.
Agreed. That takes us over to track number 10. 3 minutes and 59 seconds. We have Devil's Dance Floor. Hit that fucker. That is Devil's Dance Floor off of Flogging Molly's debut album. Man, what you think?
This song's a masterpiece, man. There's a reason why this is one of their most favorite song. This is their most famous songs. It's just a great fucking song, man. It makes you want to jump around, drink some beer. It's a classic Flogging Molly song. It's just I don't have anything bad to say about the song. It's a fun fucking song, man.
In my notes, I've got that flute though. Stomp your feet. Makes you want to fucking knock back a pint of Guinness. It's a very good song, and it's the best song on the album so far.
Yep.
How about that? Definitely had an aggressiveness to it as well, which I appreciate. And definitely makes you... I found myself bobbing my head more to this song than some of the other ones on the record so far. So when I'm doing that, it means something to me.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. I enjoyed the shit of this song too. Can't say anything bad about it.
Hell yeah, man.
Taking us over to track number 11, 5 minutes and 15 seconds. We have These Exiled Years. Brother, hit it.
It's 4 in the morning, battered and numb, a loaded room, and empty.
That was These Exiled Years from Flogging Molly's debut album. What'd you think?
I think the accordion and the violin, when they play together, is like magic, man. They really make the song come alive. I think this is a good placement after Devil's Dance Floor, because that song was very, very upbeat. And but yeah, I think this was a cool song, man.
So I am going to go on the other route that you just took. This is, I don't know where you would put this song on the album, but this is a bad placement in my opinion, because of the fact that you had Black Friday Rule, right? Then you went into the talking shit on track 9, right into Devil's Dance Floor. So those are two really upbeat songs trying to close out the album, and then you hit us with this fucking slow drag of a song.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, now I feel like, dragging my ass to the finish line of this album. I don't know, man. You're getting towards the end of the album. I think you want to keep the pace going and keep it fun, and upbeat and lifting. I think this was a miss, at least placement-wise, on the album, in my opinion.
I can see that. Yep, that makes sense.
That takes us over to track number 12, almost done with the debut album. We've got Sentimental Johnny at 4 minutes and 47 seconds. That was Sentimental Johnny from Flogging Molly's debut album Swagger. What'd you think?
We have a trumpet. We have now trumpets. We have we have orchestra, we have brass, we have all of them. But I like how diverse this song was. It's very, very different from anything we've heard on the album so far, which I like how diverse it is. It's pretty dope. But yeah, I think it was another good song. I like it.
This wanted me to crack open a margarita and have some chips and salsa because this sounded like a fucking mariachi band, bro.
Hell yeah.
I felt like I was in a fucking Mexican restaurant hearing
Hell yeah.
this shit, to be honest with you. I will say that this song is just a complete fucking miss for me, bro.
Yeah.
This is the worst song on the album for me.
Wow.
100% the worst song on the album. It's just, I get it. You're trying to be a Celtic, folk, rock, punk band. Why the fuck are we having mariachi in this fucking album, dude? Like, that's all I could take away from this song. The it's like, now I want a margarita right now, dude. I want one right fucking now. You know,
Well, I do think Salty Dog is also a Mexican drink as well. So
that didn't sound like a fucking mariachi song, though. This one right here, like, I'm gonna get my fucking dress on and do the fucking dance shit too, you know?
do it.
This one completely took me out of it.
I
Like,
figured
this
it
did
would.
not follow the rest of the album whatsoever. It's a good thing that I don't remember this album as well as I did, you know, when it first came out, because holy shit. But yeah, that was a complete fucking miss for me. Which takes us over to track number 13, which is the final song on the debut album Swagger of Flogging Molly. Coming in at 5 minutes and 6 seconds, Willie, we have Far Away Boys.
Well, I worked on the railroad for tuppence a day. Drank down 1 penny, the other I'd save.
That was the closing song off the debut album Swagger from Flogging Molly, Far Away Boys. What'd you think, man?
It's a slow ending, man. I think he could have chosen a better closer to the album, but it's alright. It doesn't bother me because I enjoy the album. So even though the closer was kind of dull for me, but the rest of the album was pretty cool for me. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree that this closer was very, very weak. Maybe Devil's Dance Floor, Black Friday Rules, something a little bit more upbeat. You know, you want to leave the bar happy. You want to leave the bar, you know, with your friends and fucking, you know, you had a great time. Not walk out of the bar heading down like, fuck, man, those, you know, reminds me of the bad times again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It could have been something a little bit different. But overall, what'd you think of the album, dude?
I mean, for me, man, I listen to this album all the time, so I really dig this album. There's a lot of songs that I do go back and listen to frequently. But yeah, I think as an album as a whole, I think it was a good debut. I think their next album is even better. But as a debut album, I think they really hit the mark on establishing who Flogging Molly was.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
A real question for you. Was this a punk album?
I don't think Flogging Molly is very punk, honestly.
No.
They're more rock.
Not at all.
They're more. It's hard to describe what they actually are. They're like a folk band, like a folk rock band. I don't know. They're very tricky.
I like the way you said that because in my notes right here, I say it's a folk rock band, not a punk band.
Yeah.
I got very little, if any, punk vibes from this album whatsoever. Dropkick were too punk.
Mm-hmm.
Flogging was too folk. There was no mixture, but between any one of these bands, there was no mixture, blending of the two. You know what I mean? One was too punk, one was too folk. There was no punk, folk, like infusement. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which I found really fucking odd. You know that these two are like pretty much the godfathers of fucking Celtic punk here in the U.S. at least. But you know, one's way more punk than folk, and the other one was way too folk more than punk, which it kind of felt was weird. Overall, though, this album, to me, it was an okay debut album. Again, where's the punk influence? That's a big thing that I have written down here is like, where's the punk sound? Because we had it, as we just said, too much with Dropkick, not enough with Flogging. I was kind of like, where's the difference here? Definitely a nice, arrangement of different instruments that they use in this album as well. I did enjoy his vocals better, obviously, with Flogging than I did with Dropkick. Although his vocals can kind of sound similar on a lot of different songs too. It's like he might change it up here or there, just a tweak or two, but it's pretty similar on a lot of these songs as well. But yeah, I mean, it was a decent debut from Flogging Molly, I will say. Willie, what's your favorite song on the album?
My favorite song is definitely going to be Devil's Dance Floor. The song is iconic. It's a masterpiece, and it is the best song on this album.
I agree. I got to pick Devil's Dance Floor too. I did not know. I've never seen Flogging Molly live. I know a lot of Flogging Molly, but I wouldn't consider myself like a fan to go out of my way to like listen to them over and over. So I did not know that Devil's Dance Floor was a big hit for them. So that's nice to know that it is, because I did pick it as my favorite song too, without even going into this knowing that it was a big hit for them. And my other song that I had chosen too for my favorite one was Black Friday Rule as well, like a 1A 1B. What was your least favorite?
Least favorite, I would, besides track number 9, we're not going to talk about that one because it's just him talking. But as far as a full song goes, probably the last track, Far Away Boys. It was just slow and nothing really to it.
Yep. For me, I gotta probably pick Sentimental Johnny, because it reminded me of Sentimental Maria. This was like not fucking this. This did not belong on this fucking album whatsoever. I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck is this? But whatever. It is what it is. Willie, I think we might know your answer, but who won the battle of the debut albums between Dropkick Murphys and Flogging fucking Molly?
It's hands down Flogging Molly, man. They came in swinging way more better and aggressive, and they stayed true to their style, and I think they had it way over Dropkick Murphys' debut.
I think I'm going to pick Dropkick Murphys over Flogging Molly debut album, and I'm going to tell you why.
Wow.
Not because of the fucking vocals, but because Dropkick, yes, they had more of a punk sound to them, but they did incorporate styles and varieties of Celtic sprinkled in here and there, whereas with Flogging, I really didn't get any punk element from them. You know what I mean? I got more of the folkish side, the folk rock side, as you and I both said, but I didn't get so much of the punk side of it. And because they are technically considered two Celtic punk bands, and it's fucking, St. Patrick's Day special we're doing here, I might have to pick Dropkick Murphys, just on the simple fact that they had the punk sound with a little bit of Celtic sprinkled in, which is fine. Whereas Flogging had a lot of the folk, but really no punk sprinkled in anywhere. So that's why I got to pick Dropkick.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like how you said they sprinkle Celtic in it. It was 3 songs out of 16 tracks. That's not a sprinkle. That's a fucking smell. They smelled the Celtic.
I will say that's fair, but they were punk, whereas Flogging Molly had no punk.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just no punk, I will say, though, that if I had to pick one of the two bands to go see live, I would probably pick Flogging Molly over Dropkick Murphys, only because I think they would bring... I think the energy Dropkick would bring, though, would be fucking, like, lit. I think it would be fun to see that little fucking punk pit going. Whereas Flogging, I could kind of see it more like you're sitting back with a pint in your hand and, you're fucking sing along to the chorus type of shit, which is fun, too. You know what I mean? I got nothing wrong with that. So I think I might pick Flogging over Dropkick in that aspect of seeing them live. Who had the better debut album cover, Willie?
I think Flogging Molly. Dropkick kind of just had a bunch of workmen on their cover. But yeah, I think Flogging Molly was better for me.
So really quick, the story behind Dropkick Murphys is that they are pro-union and they are pro-American worker. So that's why you have them on that cover as their debut. And still to this day, they are pro-union and pro-worker. So they go like all like different rallies and like different fucking groups that like support, unionized workers and shit. Yeah. So it makes sense why they have those dudes on there. For me, I think both album covers are a miss, but I probably would pick Flogging Molly. At least I'm looking at, maybe a road, it looks like, with like some feet on it, as opposed to like 8 fucking beer belly dudes. Just really doesn't appeal too much to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, So that is the debut albums between Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys. We hope you enjoyed it. Did a little bit of something different here with a snippet of songs in here as well. We'll critique and tweak shit along as we need to go further down this road. But any final words you want to say, Mr. Willie?
Now I want to encourage you all to go to the X and Instagram page and follow us there. Subscribe here on YouTube. We would definitely like your support. And please comment down below what you thought about this one. And check out the other videos. We have probably like 40 other videos now. So go back and check those out too, because those are also bangers. But yeah, I appreciate y'all checking us out.
Yep, I agree. You never know what you're going to get on this motherfucking channel right here. We got metal. We got folk, cultic, punk shit. We've got thrash, we got black, we got fucking everything here. We got some classic rock coming down the pike too, so you never know what you're going to get here. A variety of buffet of sorts here on Riffs Reloaded, but we do appreciate all you tuning in. Couldn't have said it better myself than what Mr. Williams just said there. So until next time, folks, stay heavy. Happy St. Patrick's Day.